Hello, hello everybody. Welcome to your weekly messages for October 13th to the 19th of 2019. And before we get started, I just want you guys to know, if you don't already, that my podcast has the month of shadow going. So if you're interested in that, please check that out. And also, if you are interested in working with me, if you're interested in getting a package or getting a session with me, please do that as soon as you can, because my rates will be going up on November 1st. So just if you want to get in on that now, I would recommend that you jump on that. And I'm going to be having some new services roll out in November. So there's all sorts of good stuff in the works. And without further ado, let's get into the reading. Take a deep breath into the diaphragm. Notice anything that wants to come up today or anything you need to know this week. Uncertainty is key to creativity. Yes, yes, yes. I feel this one hard right now. So uncertainty, I try to remind people of this, especially because I'm somebody who has had a bitter relationship or bitter perspective of uncertainty, is that it's actually where all of the good stuff can live. If you already knew what was going to happen and how it was going to happen and what it was going to be like, you would never really take any risks. You would be bored, honestly. And so the uncertainty is what can kind of help you call in the information from God, universe, divine source. And then that's actually what's going to help you build the things that are best, right, and true for you. So just know that is where all of the creative ideas, that's where all the problem solving comes from, and that's where all the magic lives too. And then this is the relationship deck, but it's not just romantic, it's any relationship. Teamwork. I'm determined to be a good teammate in all of my relationships. If we disagree, I'll resist the urge to place blame and look for a way to solve the problem together. When we're a team, everything is a game, and when we're on the same side, nobody can lose. Not even the Cubs, finally. So this is about co-creating with the people that you're in relationships with, whatever those look like. Rather than focusing on, I need to win, what if you were to roll that back and say, okay, how can we co-create and find something that actually works for the both of us? Or how can I put myself in a position where I'm able to be seen and heard and understood, and then also having the other person feel seen, heard, and understood? Generally speaking, just a summary, most people just want to be seen and heard. Straight up. Like, that's all they're after. So if you find yourself kind of wanting that as well, consider that maybe the other person is also craving that from you. Okay, and then what else do we have going on this week? Angelic. So recruiting support from the angelic realm, if you will. Angels, guides, spirits, that type of thing, you might find is really helpful, right? If you've had a relative who's passed away that you were really close to, it might be a good time to dialogue with that person. I know that sounds crazy, but it works. And it's just going to be a good time to call on those divine angelic resources that you have available to you. Now let's get into the reading. First thing coming up is death. Whoo, big transformation. I can already feel this card. It's just really, really intense. It's a powerful energy that's sitting here. So the death card is reminding you that your transformation is inevitable, right? There's natural death and rebirth cycles to life just throughout the seasons. And you might find that you're kind of in that middle ground of being reborn, that the transformation is still happening around you and within you. So let's see what else. I'm going to pull a crossing energy for this. Son of Pentacles, so maybe it's about how you're showing up regarding your purpose in the world. So for some of you, that might be being a kick-ass parent. For some of you, that might be how you show up at work. For some of you, that might be a project or craft that you do really well. I think that's part of what's evolving here for you, is just like the physical part of your life, like the things that you're doing in the world and how you're showing up for them is what's evolving. It doesn't matter what it is, it's just a matter of it being material, it being physical. And then let's do shifting out energy. We have the Star. I think this was inspiration, insight, clarity that you probably had last week. I think that's what's carrying over into this week, and it's allowing you to show up in a new way. And then let's see the oncoming energy. 5 of Pentacles. I'm going to clarify this one, just because I'm curious, like, what is that about? This, the Empress. Okay. Now that makes sense. Okay. Are you forcing a bit too much, or are you wanting things to move really, really fast? You know, check your perspective on all of this, because you might find that it actually creates gridlock. If you're not focused on what am I willing to receive, what am I available to receive, how am I pulling my energy back to myself, that's going to be an important part of this. It's like you're going to be off. It's about you showing up, making yourself seen, making yourself heard. Understanding the creativity is what's going to put you in the right position. And knowing that the transition period, it's just weird that I'm getting all this evolution coming up for these cards and how you're showing up. So the inspiration happened, it seems like, or that clarity happened. And then by the time you get over here, this is impatience is what I'm getting, is, well, why am I not done yet? And it's like, well, you're going to have to find a way to rephrase that for yourself and to reframe that for yourself, because we're talking about 1 week, right? If you get inspiration or clarity 1 week and then the next week you're expecting everything to be totally worked out, that's not going to work. So you just have to find a way to be patient, find a way to focus on what you're receiving and what you're available for. The feminine needs attention with all of this. So let yourself go into that a bit more. What are you communicating? What are you giving an energetic yes to? Like, just ask yourself, what am I available for? What am I focusing on? What am I orienting towards? And then also be patient. Give the seeds time to grow. If you just went through a really intense shift around something, you know, don't expect overnight results. Instead, you can just hold space for things to fall into place, but cut yourself some slack on how expedient it is. And then we have what's going on in the external for you this week. 6 of Wands. Okay, so this is the victory card. It's like you are emerging. Same thing that we had last week as far as the 7 of Wands with that. You know, you're coming out of the weeds, right? But it may not happen overnight. So that's where people are like, every tarot reading that I see, you know, there's this promise that things are getting better, but it's not happening. It's like, well, there could be a lot of reasons for that. But the primary thing that you want to keep in mind is that there's ongoing growth that happens. So try to wrestle it. You know, that's not going to work for you. So instead, it's like, expect yourself to be successful with the thing. Expect victory. Expect that things will work out. So the positive expectation is what's going to really support you. And this does look like a win to me. It's, at least that's the way it's reading, because this is the victory card and it's literally showing up in the material, the external position. So it's like, I don't know if that's going to be you. If you're if you're having a really hard time, you know, there is going to be variation among this. It's a general reading. But I think that a lot of the time when we're in a position where we're feeling bad or something seems to not be going our way, a lot of the time it's just that we can't see it yet because we're not far enough away from this situation. Consider that as well. And then let's see what's going on subconsciously. We have the Ten of Pentacles, foundation and support within yourself. This is long-term, longevity, clarity. I think that what you're building is becoming more refined in terms of your internal structure. So maybe this has to do with your routine or habits or the tools that you have in your tool belt emotionally. And the Ten of Pentacles is like, this is what is going to set you up long term for the long haul. So that's something that you have to look forward to. And then let me pull a few of these Sovereign Oracle cards for you this week. Mobilize, inspire others to action, find the will to get it done. Don't wait for your tribe, create it. Amen. It's all, this is just take action. Just get it done, make it happen, kind of cut through don't give your mind time to think about it or contemplate it, just do it. And then what else do we have? Communicate. Clarify others' intentions, demonstrate your values, remember that your words create your reality. I'm also getting like a really explicit, communicate what it is that you want. Be really open and vocal about that, and that could also shift something for you as well. And then we also have astral vision. Use your higher sight. Map out what's destined to be. Breathe and take small steps. 3D takes time to manifest. That's what I was saying here. Don't get impatient if you're like, why haven't I had magical success in 1 week? You know, you want to keep holding the energy and keeping the faith as you're moving through things. So work on that definitely. And then let's do one more of these, and then we'll do a 3-card pick. We have resources. The time has come to look outside yourself. Trust that all you need to make it possible is on its way to you. Lay the bricks that will create the path to your destination. Let me say that second one more time. Trust that all you need to make it possible is on its way to you. That's a really important point that this card has. That's the main message that I'm getting from that for you. Okay. It's all coming. But the 2 cards that I like most here are astral vision and resources, because this is saying, yes, you can visualize, and yes, you can do the manifestation thing. You're creating a container for what it is that you're bringing in. And the real job is just every day living and taking action and talking as if that's in alignment for the resources to come in, for everything that you need to come in and be made available to you. Let's do a 3-card pick. So go ahead and perhaps think of a question that you want to ask or something that you're needing to focus on. Maybe you're just getting some guidance. Deep breath. Card number 1. 7 of Stones. It seems like your energy is a little bit scattered. If you find that you're doing a whole bunch of things all at the same time, or that there's a lot of places where your energy is going, you might want to reel some of that back in. That's my intuitive hit, is that if you want things to grow fast, or if you want things to be a little bit more concentrated, you have that option. If you're scattering your energy, then what I would say is be okay with things building at different times and the manifestation process being a little bit slower. Card number 2, we have the 8 of Arrows. So feeling blind around your direction, or that you can't fully see your compass. It's kind of like your navigation, your compass might be a little bit foggy or hazy right now. And so that's part of the turbulence around how I'm showing up in this new way or emerging from this place that I was. doing this new creative thing, whatever creativity is for you, I don't know, it's going to feel like you don't know where you're going to land. So it's okay to have that feeling. Don't fight it. Just understand that you're not going to get absolute clarity until you see where you land. You kind of have to give it a moment to breathe. Card number 3, we have the 4 of Vessels, the 4 of Cups. And I just think that there's probably a lot that you are going to want to say no to. If something doesn't feel good, consider saying no to it. That's just for your own sanity, for your own well-being. I think that's really going to help you with whatever it is you have going on. If it's not working, don't be afraid to cut it loose. And if something feels really good, then do more of it. Just tune into your body, what feels expansive, what feels like it makes you contract, and move and make decisions from that space. So just pay attention to your body and what feels really good to you and what doesn't. All right, everybody, that's all that I have for you today. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram at Onyx Healing. And if you would like to sign up for newsletters, I put mini readings in there every week. So you're welcome to check that out. The link is in the description box. If you need to work with me one-on-one, please get on that now. The link will also be in the description box, or you can go on onyxhealing.com for everything you could possibly need. All of it is there. All of it's available to you. Links to the podcast are in the description as well. Otherwise, it's called Sunday Messages if you don't already know. And I will talk to you later. Have a beautiful week, everybody. Bye-bye.